So hello and welcome to what has turned out to be a truly gorgeous afternoon. The sun beaming down on the stands and broad beaming smiles all around us. The mood has soared, and so indeed has the expectation of both teams. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. This is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
We're underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, I think it has to be Rodrigo Bentancur, Peter. I think when you look at that midfield, he can have a critical role in terms of developing his game.
There's the shot! And again! And one more try! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Manchester United really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Van der Ven. João Palhinha. Brennan Johnson. And here's Solanke. And he's running through. And Solanke! And he has kept it out somehow.
Solanke actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And it's Johnson. And it's Sarr. Udogi, and it's lofted through here. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
De Ligt forwards and with intent. Menu. Oh, that's a nice ball. Cleared away. Bruno Fernandes plays it short. Played into the middle. And he's heaved it away. It's a throw-in. Johnson wins the duel this time. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
What a throw in. Bentancur. Tell. By the most elastic of saves.
Tell is offering a right smile there.
It's Sarr, and here's Solanke. Now this could be a chance. Udogi. And here's Solanke. And Solanke! No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
Aiming to do what?
Well, it's a case of engaging your opponents further up the pitch to take the sting out of opposition attacks. It's effectively a wide press.
Sheshko. 0-0 still. No lack of chances, though.
Well, it's certainly not a drab affair, Peter. It's had its moments.
Martinez is onto it in a flash. He's going to be disappointed with that. Bentancur. Van der Ven. Sarr. Tell. Jogging. Menu. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. Played out wide. Shaw. He is through here. Shaw with the cross. That was very necessary. Menu. 0-0. Good chance here. Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Mateus Cunha really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Ugarte. Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Ugarte. And it's Shaw. Showing good feet. Bruno Fernandes. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Sarr. Now it's Sarr. Big chance! Goal! A goal at a really telling moment. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
A 1-0. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the supports have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Here we go again then.
Manchester United really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Bentancur, gently done. And it's Porro. Johnson. Bentancur. Sarr. Chance! Come loose. Van der Ven. Sarr. Martinez. Ugarte. Mount. Moved on forwards. And it's played forward. Pedro Porro. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That's really well manoeuvred. Udogi. Sarr. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. De Ligt, aim forwards. Up towards the front line. Out to the left it goes. There will be a throw-in. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose he did need a little change.
Shaw. That's a clever-looking ball. Diogo Dalot puts a cross in. It's really well cleared. De Ligt. Diogo Dalot. Now it's Tell. Now it's Solanke. And he's managed to get free.
Solanke, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Shot a goal! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, let that be a lesson for them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
De Ligt shifted upfield. De Ligt, gently done. Udogi. Nicely intercepted.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
That is lovely. Over to the left. Nice control. And he's cut it out.
Manchester United really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Bentancur forwards and with intent. Ugarte. Mount.
They're making life really hard for themselves. The ball needs to be in the mixer, not there.
And it's Shaw. Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. Udogi clears it away. And he's picked out the run. And that will be the final act. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it. but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid as it comes.
Just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin for joining us and to